Hi, this is Danielle, the domestic scientist, and today I'm going to show you how I created these DIY Christmas ornaments using the colors red, white, and black. So stay tuned. So I know my tree is looking a little bit Charlie Brown, however, I just wanted to hang them so you can get a good idea of what my ornaments look like. So the first thing is I bought a box of clear ornaments from Hobby Lobby, and these are glass ornaments. And so I'm going to show you how I painted them. Now, there are multiple ways you can paint these ornaments, but I'm going to use a method that I saw Candy from DIY Design by CCW use, where she just actually poured the paint into the glass ornament itself instead of trying to paint the outside. That glass is rather slick, and so I was a little bit worried that the paint didn't want to adhere very well. So I'm just going to liberally put some of this acrylic paint inside of the opening of the Christmas ornament, and I'm going to turn it several times just to kind of get the paint to disperse a little bit. And I'm just going to slowly turn until I can see that the entire ornament has been coated with paint. And this is going to take a little bit of time, but you want to do this process slowly so that you don't get so that you don't put too much paint in it, because you don't want to be wasteful of your product. Now, using this method really is beneficial for several reasons. If you put the paint on the inside, then you won't have to run the risk of any of the paint getting scratched from the outside of your ornament. And then also, it's going to have that luster and sheen from the glass on top of it. So it's kind of like putting on a clear coat of polish on top of your acrylic paint. So in my opinion, this is a superior way to actually do it. And once you're finished using the interior painting process, you can still go on top of the glass and put whatever other embellishments you want on the outside as well. So I'm going to repeat this process using several different colors. I'm going to use a flat white paint, a white iridescent paint, red paint, and black paint. So now that I have all the solid paint applied and I'm happy with the coverage that I'm getting, I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about the different embellishments that I'm going to add to these ornaments. I did get some embellishments from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to add to these spheres, and so I'm going to just kind of figure out which ones I think are going to look good. So I have here a set of crystals that I found from Hobby Lobby as well, and they're not like a Swarovski crystal. It's not like that super high-end crystal, but it's a really nice rhinestone, and I am going to consider just covering one of these clear ornaments completely in this crystal just to see how it works. Now when it comes to adhesive, I just have a tube of super glue here, so that's what I am going to use. I really don't want to do hot glue because I don't want a lot of glue strings, and I obviously don't want to apply a lot of heat to the glass. So I think this crazy glue is my next best option. Those of you who are serious DIYers probably have a number of adhesives to choose from, but I'm just going to use what I have. And then I'm going to be careful to try to cover the entire surface as much as I can. Okay, so as I'm working on the crystal ornament, I'm noticing that some of the crazy glue is starting to spread a little bit, and so it's drying in that white flaky color, and it's kind of making the whole ornament look a little bit cloudy. And also, as I'm working, I do have a little bit of glue residue on my hands, and the oil from my hands are making the crystals a little bit cloudy. So I think I probably, if I was to do this again, I would probably need to try a different type of adhesive, and that might be beneficial. So now I'm moving on to my painted ornaments. So I'm going to try to make a Santa belt using this black leather piece, and I'm going to glue it straight onto the red ornament. Now, I purchased this ribbon from Joann's, and one of the things that I noticed is that this particular one wasn't folded properly, so I am going to have to do a little bit of extra gluing to get it to fold the way it's supposed to, and then to go ahead and put an embellishment on top. Now for this, I am going to use hot glue just because I want to get it in the right place. Now one of the things that I notice when I'm using this hot glue on the leather and also on that crystal ribbon that I use is that the hot glue seems to dry really fast. At first I wanted the hot glue to just like cool down just a little bit because I didn't want to put it right on the glass being super hot, but then I'm finding that it's not adhering as well, and sometimes I have to put like a second layer of hot glue. So I'm thinking I probably should have attached the leather possibly with that crazy glue, and that might have been beneficial because I also got a couple of globs of glue as well. And then when I was trying to get the crystal ribbon on top, I did get a couple of globs on that one as well because I did have to do 2 rows of hot glue simply because it was drying so fast. So it's a little bit of a trial and error. It's kind of like a pancake. You might mess up the first one. So you just kind of have to keep trying at it to see what's the best approach, you know, for you. Now the other thing that I'm doing is that I am going to apply this crystal ribbon, and I'm going to use it on about 2/3 of the actual ornament simply because it's really expensive and I don't want to cover the entire ornament because I don't have to. And also because the leather and the back is overlapping, I feel like there's just going to be a front facing side to this ornament so that I can conserve supplies and hopefully can do a couple more of these. So far, I'm liking the way it looks with the leather strap on the white ornament and on the red ornament, and I think it does have enough contrast. I did have another ribbon that was a bit wider and had kind of like a sheer overlay as well that I was hoping to use, but once I got it next to the ornament, it's just way too big. So I'm just going to use these 2 thinner straps, and then I'm going to come up with a different design plan. So I happened to be at Target and I found some really large glitter, and I have some gold glitter, some silver glitter, and then I have some silver snowflakes. And so I think I'm just going to use the snowflakes and kind of create like a polka dot pattern with snowflakes on some of these as well, because I think the silver will add enough contrast with the background. So here are the final results of my DIY Christmas ornaments. Now I just love these glass ornaments and I think that they came out beautifully. I am just hanging them for the purpose of you just to see what they look like on a tree. I put them on the small flock tree that I just purchased and I've just unboxed. I've barely fluffed it out and done anything to it. So it just gives you a general idea of what it would look like on a tree. Now that being the case, I would say that the white ornaments that I made are not the best for a flock tree. They don't look bad, but I think that they would look better on a green tree just to have more contrast. So I wouldn't recommend doing a white ornament on a white tree unless you're just going for that winter wonderland look. I personally prefer a little bit more contrast. The other thing I would say about my results is I was honestly going for a look that was a little bit more glam, and I don't think the ornaments came out with the glam look. I think they're a little bit edgy, which isn't bad, but it's making me think of it's going in a different direction. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the rest of this box of ornaments, and I do have a couple other larger ones. I'm going to use the same technique, and then I think I'm going to go to back to Joann's and get a couple different embellishments that will make this a little bit even more edgier than it already is. And I think I'm just going to do something unexpected for Christmas. So you definitely want to stay tuned to my channel, because I think I'm going to continue in this look a little bit, just to do something really different for Christmas. So leave a comment in the box below and let me know what you think of my Christmas ornaments DIY video. Now today's video is a part of a YouTube collaboration. This collaboration is entitled How to DIY for Christmas Glass Decor Ideas. The hosts for this collaboration are Renters Live Luxury by Ann, Lady Phoenix of Really Good Living, Ant from Ant's Place, Glamour Ellen, Tammy of the Queen of DIY, Stacy of Styling with Stacy, and DIY Designs by CCW. I am Danielle, the Domestic Scientist, and I have a lifestyle channel here on YouTube. I'd love it if you'd join me along my journey. So hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another upload from me. As always, I'd like to hear from you, so be sure to leave a comment in the box below, and I'll see you next time.